Okay, teachers first. Have fun with the curriculum. Try and maybe build your week around the technologies curriculum, because it's such an engaging and exciting type of environment for kids to be working in. So don't be scared to bring technologies to the front of what you're doing in your classroom.
Definitely, and part of what I suppose ultimately we're looking for with full curriculum implementation is making sure that it's not just those productive digital technology skills, so being able to program something, but it's also about understanding, I suppose, the other half of the digital technologies curriculum when it comes to, data. How do you capture, represent, interpret data, the analysis of that, and really the development of those, those learning experiences in the curriculum is probably the piece of work we have for the next couple of years.
That's our priority now.
Once all of those things are actually in place, what we're hoping to have in place is basically a student that can be successful no matter what the demands are of whatever schooling, or university or trade or whatever it is, ultimate career that they get to. Because we understand that in primary school, what you're doing is you're setting up those those attitudes, that confidence that Mike was talking about, that ability to just take a risk, put it out there.
Absolutely.
That
risk and resilience.
Yeah, risk and resilience. Those are the things that it doesn't matter what you go and do. What opportunities you have, you can make the most of the ones that come your way.
Yes.
Don't start with the stuff. What you need to start with is what are the curriculum demands. Okay, what's the achievement standard in that curriculum that you're trying to address? What might that look like? So take advice from things like the elaborations that are in there. Have a look and see what other people are doing in that space through some of the resources, like on the Digital Technologies Hub, or through the C2C, or through the STEM Hub resource bank there in general. Decide what might be the best fit for you. Plan it deliberately, start small, but plan for a bigger success and scaling up in the long run. And promote what you're doing. Make sure people understand. Share that practice out there. Get the parents, the community involved. There are many schools who now have a whole pile of equipment because you pretty much. It shouldn't be a surprise, but out there in the community, there are a lot of people who value STEM and see it and what's happening with digital technologies as extremely important. And those people contributing through the PNC, or even in some other way directly to the school, can definitely get people started. So. From a practical point of view, obviously. The money and the IT at your particular school. If you're looking to do any sort of activity when you're using robotics in general, all these sorts of digital technologies, things we've mentioned, such as drones, have good chat. Make sure that you've got a process in place so that whatever technology you have actually works on the school's network, is compatible. And there's a whole pile of resources and things like that through the regional technology manager available through them that can give you advice on those areas. And again, things you can find on a learning place to give you and discussion lists to give you hints that way. There is a plethora of places that you can go on the internet, like the Digital Technologies Hub, for example. Which is the federal government one, linked obviously back to Australian curriculum. The STEM Hub for Schools pretty much also hosts a whole variety of resources that are there for state schools in particular, obviously, to do with digital technologies and STEM in general.
And working closely with the regional STEM champion as well. if you're a school just starting out,
Yep.
Invaluable resource.
So those roles still exist in all the regions, I believe, and you also actually have the Queensland, so QSITE, so Queensland Society of Information Technology Educators. So they're also a great resource for people who want to develop their expertise. When it comes to the individual teacher, though, in the classroom, if you're just someone who's got some passion and you want to give it a go, there are a lot of resources online that you can access to get ideas. But really, I would say you really just need to have someone else to experience it with you. Try and get a buddy at the school to work through, and if there's opportunities to go out and to do some professional learning.
And last thing I want to add is discussion lists. I belong to the STEM discussion list, which is an EQ list, and it's amazing just what people are doing within the classroom, and a lot of people are willing to share, even though I'm a bit of a fence sitter. The ideas that I'm picking up just from general discussion online it's been very helpful to me.
Someone who's a recent Peter Doherty Award winner, who's really active in the IT space, did say that at a workshop I attended, basically you need to be prepared to work for it. You really got to want it if you're going to want that success, especially in areas that are rapidly developing. So if you're convinced there's something that you want to do, start small, have a defined end goal in mind, and basically the best thing for a teacher, especially a primary school teacher, is that the kids aren't going to be resisting you. They're going to be with you. They're going to be helping you.
Motivating.
They're very, very motivated, and that's probably at the end what's going to keep you going and keep you persisting.
Allow the kids to be engaged and have fun and to develop their confidence. So just giving them activities where they can actually get in and build and manipulate, make mistakes, talk about their failures. I think it's a bit of a wholesale change from what's been happening in education over the last few years. So I suppose my message back to teachers again is don't be afraid to change your way of thinking and have a look at where kids are going to be in 10 years' time. What's the jobs they're going to be working in? What types of skills do they need? Definitely the technologies, subject areas are going to be helping those kids a great deal in being prepared for life outside of school.